The Filipino American Cancer Care now brings you On the Air with FACC, tributes and support to those impacted by cancer. On the Air with FACC, the Filipino American Cancer Care on PHLV Radio. On the Air with FACC.
Greetings from America. Magandang gabi, mga kababayan dito sa Amerika. Good morning, Philippines. Mabuhay ang mga Filipino dyan sa Pilipinas. My name is Josie Moralidad Azayman from Filipino American Cancer Care. Of course, kasama ko po sa PHLB Radio, si Johan, ang gwaping, isa sa mga gwapings. And sa Maryland, syempre si Emerich Vicente, ang Board of Director ng Filipino American Cancer Care, and my co-founder from Virginia, Ed Logan. Guys, good evening. Kumusta ang Friday nyo? Ed?
Good, but we're here. We're gonna have a good, discussion tonight, and really appreciate Robert joining us from the Philippines, and of course Michelle Banawa, the sister of Emmeline in Arizona. So Emmerich, when you have a haircut, see, I did my haircut. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, right? No, long hair. I'm gonna rock it. But good evening to everybody here in the U.S. and good morning sa Pilipinas, sa mga kababayan natin mula sa Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. We're going to learn a lot of things today about cancer. We have a very special guest. We have Roberto Santillan, is one of our beneficiaries for our organization, and one of the relatives of one of our beneficiaries, Michelle Banawan. Thank you for joining both of us today.
Okay. Ed, would you like to introduce yung ating bisita from Arizona?
Sure. Oh, sorry, my phone fell. So I'm trying to do my cheat sheet here. Tonight, so we will basically honor this to Emmeline Pacifico. And Emmeline Pacifico was a registered nurse and was working at the University Hospital in Augusta, Georgia. She came to the U.S. In March of 2019, and she passed away last December 22nd. She has two children. The name is Marilyn, who is also a nurse in the Philippines, and Joshua, who actually, she mentioned him a lot to me during my conversation. Is 11 years old, living currently in Cebu. And of course, Michelle is a researcher at the Arizona State University. That's my competitor of my university, Northern Arizona. But I still friends with Michelle, who's currently doing a research in Arizona. So welcome, Michelle. And I know this is hard topic, but we'll try to really, honor Emmeline. I know it's, we just have few months of conversation with her, but we felt like we connected with her so much. So thank you for joining us, Michelle.
Good evening. Thank you, Ed. Good evening, everyone.
Okay. Magandang gabi sa iyo, Michelle. Now, Emerich, would you like to introduce our next special guest?
Absolutely. We are so glad that you can join us from the Philippines, from Mandaluyong. I was going to say Mandaluyong City. Malapit po to sa Manila. If anybody's asking or wondering, he is one of our dear friends with FACC. He has 3 kids. And I was just telling him earlier, you look so young. I think I said, "Oh, are you in your early 30s?" And he said, "No, but I'm not going to reveal your age here tonight." So he was used to be a graphic designer in the Philippines, but he just retired recently, and now he owns his own business. He's doing graphic design, so he can do different things. Thinking about arts, one of our artists today. So I want to welcome Mr. Roberto Santillan.
Hello, good evening.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening.
Mga matitipid ngayon to sa pagsasalita yung ating mga bisita. Pero alam mo, Emerich, ang gagawin natin, Kikilipiin natin ang mga to. Ano?
Yes.
Pag-uusapan natin ang love life nila, no?
Yes! Aha. First question ko, no, kay, kay Roberto. Roberto, kumusta ka ngayon?
Buti naman po.
Mabuti in what sense?
Masaya po ako kasi hindi ako nakakaramdam ng masyadong side effects ng chemo drug.
Mhm.
Masaya ako at kasama ko yung mga anak ko.
How old are your kids, Roberto?
25, 16, and 14.
Mhm. Pero parang napakabata niya tingnan, Emerich, di ba?
I know, I told you. I told him earlier.
Roberto, can you tell us paano mo nalaman na nagkaroon ka, na meron kang sakit na colon cancer?
Naramdaman ko siya nung first na naramdaman ko siya 2005. Yung matinding sakit ng sigmura. Inisip ko na akala ko ano lang yun.
Acid reflux?
Mga ganun lang po. Tapos, every 3 months, maatake siya. Tapos naging every month. Tapos hanggang sa ngayon, nung last year, every week, tapos naging araw-araw na. Tapos hanggang sa yung nag-decide na ako na magpa-confine, hindi na siya tumigil ng sakit eh. Kaya hindi ko na matiis yung sakit.
Mhm. Ano yun? Parang nasa gilid ng parang malapit sa kidney mo?
Hindi po, sa gitna po ng tiyan.
Sa gitna ng tiyan mo.
Ayun, tapos CT scan, ayun, nakita yung tumor. Tapos inopera, binayopsy, nakita yung cancer cells.
Mhm.
So when you heard Roberto, the first word, the big C always, right? It's very fascinating how people react differently. So ano yung na-feel mo? Ano yung,
Nalungkot
naramdaman
po.
mo?
Nalungkot, yeah. Nalungkot, sobrang lungkot.
Were you by yourself when you found out the results?
No, I was with my friend. Tapos, ayun. Tapos, sinabi ko na lang through messages sa sa girlfriend ko.
Is there anyone, does it run in your family about colon cancer or any type of cancers?
Tinanong ko sila, yung father, mother ko, wala naman daw.
Mhm. Ilan ba kayong magkakapatid?
Bali, 3 po.
Okay. Mhm. Like for example, no, dito sa Amerika, kung 'di ba tayo Emerich, no, pag nararamdaman natin na parang matindi na tong acid reflux, like in my case, I did that endoscopy and colonoscopy at the same time. Ikaw ba noon, Roberto, nung malaman mong parang matindi na tong aking acid reflux, was there a time na naisipan mong pumunta sa doktor na kailangan mo ng mga medical procedures?
December, nagpa-hospital po ako tapos ayun, binigyan ako ng mga yung pampadumi, pangtanggal ng sakit.
Mhm.
Tapos in-advise ako na i-endoscopy. Ngayon po, natakot po ako na endoscopy kaya hindi ko po itinuloy eh.
Mm. So natakot ka sa endoscopy. Wow ha, Roberto. Alam mo, ako nga, colonoscopy at endoscopy. But anyway, ano pa yung mga ginawang test sa'yo aside from this invasive na medical procedure?
Ayun po, CT scan,
CT scan.
abdomen, abdominal CT scan, chest CT scan.
Mhm. Paano mo ipinaliwanag to sa mga anak mo, ang kondisyon mo ngayon?
Hindi po nila ganong maintindihan. Yung eldest ko po, ayun, siya yung pala parating kasama ko sa hospital, siya yung nagbabantay.
Mhm.
Yung pong dalawang anak ko ay estudyante po. Tapos yung pinakabunso ko, deaf.
Mhm.
Ganong
Yung microphone, by the way, no, yung sa earphone mo ba, kung pwedeng ilapit mo lang siya, ayan, para marinig namin yung boses mo.
ayan po.
Ayan,
Okay
mas
na.
okay na.
Ay, maganda pala yung boses mo, hindi ka namin marinig kanina.
Uy, alam mo, ang gwapo. Ang gwapo ni Roberto, no, at saka yung mga anak, Emerich, nakita mo yung mga pictures.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
At saka yung girlfriend din, ha? May mga pictures tayo dyan, nandyan kay Johan.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Emerich.
I was gonna ask Roberto, so did the doctor explain to you where's your condition, where's the colon cancer came from, what were, could be the possible source of it, or what caused it?
Well, ang sabi pwedeng sa inheritant, pwedeng sa mga kinakain. Ayun po, yung dalawa.
Like, so buti naman you mentioned for food what you're taking in. So
Yes.
what kind of food was it? Did the doctor give specific examples?
Dati mahilig ako sa mga yung mga inihaw, tapos mga laman loob, gano'n.
Mm-hmm.
Tapos
Meron ka bang mga bisyo? Naninigarilyo ka ba?
wala po, hindi po.
Umiinom ka?
Ang inom ko po occasional.
Mhm.
Apo.
Kasi nga yung ihaw-ihaw, Josie, based on the research, yun yung mga charcoal na super, minsan nga pagka na...
Yung carcinogens.
Oo. Kasi kulturan din natin, sarap yung ganito, mas lalong burn. So, that's why we are educating our listener here, Roberto, no? At least you're giving them some, information. So, kaya kanina bago mag-start ng show, we ask you na kung meron ba yan sa family or in genetics, so which is, your doctor confirmed na hindi naman pala.
Mhm. Roberto, nang sinabi sa iyo ng doktor na meron kang cancer, ano yung nasa isip mo?
Well, nasa isip ko, yung stage 3B, curable naman, malalampas-lampas naman siguro po.
Mhm.
Yan po.
Ganyan katapang si Roberto. Babalikan natin si Roberto mamaya, ha? Now, Ed, dito tayo kay Michelle.
Oo, yan. Michelle, kung kasi hindi namin masyadong, napag-usapan ni Emily noon kasi nahirapan siya magsalita. But I just want our listener to know her, family background, ilang kayong magkakapatid, ano yung buhay ninyo sa Davao bago siya dito to get go to the green pasture basically.
So dalawa lang kami magkapatid ni Emeline. She's the youngest and I'm the ate.
Mhm.
We were raised
Pero
by...
parang ikaw yata yung younger looking sa kanya, ha? I'm sorry, Emily.
Pagbigyan na tayo ni Emeline, Josie. So, we were raised by a single mother. So, kaming tatlo lang, maliit lang yung pamilya namin. Tapos, lumaki na lang kasi ako, 4 yung anak ko. And then, Emeline had 2 children. She has been a nurse first sa Fujairah sa UAE. Matagal din siya doon. And then, when she had Joshua, her husband and her decided to go back to Cebu kasi taga Cebu yung asawa para dun mag-schooling yung anak. So, umuwi sila ng Cebu. And then, just 2019, naisip niya na itry nila na dito na sa US. Kasi nung nasa UAE siya, nag-apply na siya for US. But then, hindi na na-pursue. So, 2019, sabay pa kami nagpa-interview nun sa US Embassy kasi nag-a-apply ako ng tourist visa. So, pumunta kami ng January, tapos siya, para sa kanyang papunta sa Augusta. So sabay yung appointment namin, and then dun kami sa hotel sa tapat ng US Embassy. So hindi pwede magdala ng cellphone sa interview. So nauna ako, tas magkasunod kami. So nag-aabang ako kung approved ba siya. Hindi ako makapag-rejoice na na-approve ako kasi inaantay ko din siya. So pag open niya ng pinto, approve ako. So dun pa lang kami nag-approve. So we were really looking forward to a more promising future kasi we were not born with a silver spoon, ika nga. So middle class lang, and then talagang medyo nag-struggle kami financially to be stable. So we were really looking forward na baka ito na yung break natin finally, makakapahinga na tayo, and then baka yumaman na tayo, parang gano'n. But then, yun, sadly nga, when March lang siya dumating and then October, nung ngayon on J1 visa ako, so October din ako dumating dito. Isang buwan pa lang ako, so tumawag siya na, papunta ako sa emergency room. So akala namin, ulcer kasi nagsusuka siya na may fresh blood. So, after mga 2 weeks nung na-admit siya noon, doon namin nalaman na she was diagnosed with cancer.
Pero ito bang pagpunta dito sa Amerika, ito yung pangarap talaga ni Emeline?
Oo.
Na makatrabaho sa Amerika?
In fact, kahit nung nasa UAE pa siya, mga 15 years ago, ito na talaga ang pangarap niya. And lalo na ngayon na with Joshua, kasi 11 years old pa lang si Joshua. So excited si Joshua na pag nagwa-Walmart kami, gusto niya mag-video call para makita niya yung itsura nung lane sa Walmart. So happy siya sa mga ice cream dito, yung mga burgers daw na nasa freezer, yung mga pizza. So talagang they were looking forward to a comfortable life here in the US.
Go ahead, Emerich.
Yeah. So, Michelle, I'm so glad that you were very close with Emeline, and when she found out about her condition, or about her cancer, you were there. So, if you can describe to us your relationship. What's changed during your relationship when she was diagnosed, when she found out that she has the cancer?
When she was diagnosed, I had to put on a tough front a strong facade. So she was very vocal, she was very worried para kay Joshua, para sa future, and I told her na I also naman talagang really believed in my heart na gagaling siya. So I told her na gagaling ka, kaya nga tayo nandito sa US because cancer is very easy here, and then
advanced ang technology dito.
Yes, oo, and then may insurance naman. So hindi tayo gaanong mahihirapan. So expenses na lang outside, and maybe some for the medicines, pero mas may fighting chance tayo dito kesa kung nandun tayo sa atin. So
right.
I was really convinced, and I tried to parang rub it off on her, and she's the stronger one. Kahit siya ang younger sister, siya talaga ang matapang sa amin kahit nung maliliit pa kami.
Yeah.
Pero syempre, pag ikaw ang na-diagnose, lahat ng katapangan mo mawawala Lalo na kung ang kinakatakutan mo, hindi para sa sarili mo, kundi para sa anak mo, sa pamilya mo. So, she had her low points, pero lumalabas pa rin yung strength niya and yung faith niya. And then ako, in secret, yung aking matatakotin kasi ako, I even have anxiety disorder So, I did not really show that to her. Parang it's a struggle on my part as I see her struggle. But she's strong. So, sino ba naman ako para magtatakot-takutan? Yung may sakit nga, matapang
Right.
And I could really tell, no, nung ma-interview ko siya, ibang klase. Can you imagine na he was in so much pain at the time bago siya na hospital sa ICU? Pero yung katapangan ni Emeline, unbelievable. Gusto ko lang balikan muna si Roberto, no? Was there a time na nagkaroon ka ba ng sinasabi nga ni Michelle na low point sa buhay mo nang ma-diagnose ka ng cancer?
Wala po. Hindi po.
Oh, ang tapang din ito, ha? Dapat, di ba? Mm-hmm.
Wait, so your family is around you, Roberto, right? When you were diagnosed, you were with your friend,
Yes.
when you were in the doctor's office. So you went home. How was that relationship? If you can describe to us what happened to the dynamics of the family.
Well, lahat naman sila supportive eh. Sinuportahan nila ako sa mga pagkilos dito sa bahay, pagluluto, mga pamamalengke, bilhin vitamins.
Yeah.
Ayun. Supportive sila.
Roberto, for our listener, can you tell us how your girlfriend found out FACC and how did we connect? Because I think that's a good story to share to our listener as well.
Is she listening right now? Is she watching too?
Give a shout out.
Nagbabrowse siya sa FB, tapos meron siya nakitang parang cancer group, mga ganon. Meron siya nakita na post ng FACC. Ayun, tinry niyang i-forward niya sa akin, try ko daw na contact, kausapin. Ayun, naging successful po. Maraming salamat po sa inyo.
Mm-hmm.
Do you how about you, Michelle? How did you and Emeline found out about FACC?
To be honest, I did not really hear about. I have not heard about FACC.
Ito kasi yan eh. Si Emeline Pacifico Emerich. Nag-message niyan sa akin personally sa Messenger.
Oh, okay.
Tapos, nagpakilala siya at nanonood daw siya ng bingo. And then, sabi ko sa kanya, sumulat sa philamcancercare@gmail.com at yun na nga, sumagot si Ed sa kanya, no? At doon na, nagkaroon tayo ng parang na-evaluate kung qualified siya para sa FACC beneficiary.
So just really quickly, I want for Michelle, when Emeline was diagnosed in March, no?
In October.
And then October. It's just so quick,
Yeah.
you know? So if you can tell us, what stage was it when he was diagnosed by the doctor, and then kind of like if you can share with us her journey on her behalf of what does that look like? How is it so quickly?
Yeah. Her type of cancer, aside from it being aggressive, it was gastric. It was first, they thought it was esophageal. And then finally, after the test, it was really gastric and had metastasized to the liver. So it was stage 4 kasi nga kumalat na sa ibang part. So yan daw ang downside ng that type of cancer ng stomach or ng gastric, because it won't be diagnosed not in its earlier stages. So kung pag na-diagnose and then wala kang mararamdaman na symptoms. So nung na-diagnose siya, true enough, parang conforming to textbook or to research, late stage na nga, and then wala siyang naramdaman. So kaya medyo naging mabilis. But she really did fight. She fought aggressively. She had her complete set of chemo kahit na mag-isa, kasi nasa Georgia siya and then nasa Arizona ako. Then I even told her na, Len, kung covered ng insurance, kasi I call her Len, but her friends call her Emmy. Alam mo naman sa magkakapatid, iba yung palayaw, mas pangit na palayaw. So I told her na, Len, kung covered na insurance mo, dito ka na lang sa Arizona para at least total work from home naman. So para may tagaluto, may tagapamalengke, may kasama ka. And then sabi niya, it's better for her daw doon kasi nga yung apartment niya sa tapat lang ng hospital, and then parang may something about the insurance on which states lang it's covered. So yun, she had her chemo, and then she had her gastric bypass, tinanggal yung full stomach. I went there during the operation, the gastric bypass dun sa Georgia. And we were happy kasi yung surgeon sabi na, pagtapos nung operasyon, sinabihan ako ng surgeon na, I'm happy, I barely felt a thing. So he's looking down na promising na it will be looking good for her. So nag-pray na kami ng prayer of thanksgiving and all that. And then after, so may routine chemo after the gastric bypass na surgery. Then doon na nakita na may tumubo sa liver even while she was on chemo. So doon nakita na grabe pala ang state ng pagka-aggressive nung cancer niya.
And for you, I'm gonna go to Roberto. Roberto, just really quickly, I know you're still on your journey. So how many, if you can talk to us on the colon cancer, how many chemo, what's your journey gonna look like?
6 cycles.
6 cycles.
Nakakadalawa na ako. Bali, pangatlo ko sa January 25.
And you still confirm. Which hospital are you going to?
NKT, National Kidney.
Okay. Yeah, who's gonna go with you? Any of your kids going with you? Or?
My eldest son.
Your eldest son. Are they going to school?
No. Meron din siyang sarili niyang small business. Ayun, ini-stop niya muna dahil nga pandemic. Ayun. Bali nag-focus muna siya sa akin.
I see. So how's your mobility these days? What can you do in this situation? How heavy can you carry stuff? Can you lift stuff?
With the support of my girlfriend, my mother, ayun, bali chip in lang sila para lang sa
Pero yung mga pagkilos mo ba napit?
Hindi naman. Excuse me. Okay naman po ang pagkilos, walang sakit na nararamdaman. Nagpapasalamat ako at ganun pa rin.
Yeah, I'm sure you're very glad that you're going through.
Malakas yung fighting spirit ni Roberto Sandilian, ha?
Opo, kasi po yung nakita nilang kulani, 13. Yung 12 negative, yung isa lang ang nakita nilang nakitaan nila ng cancer cells. Ewan ko kung ko alam. Pero nung chest CT scan ko, wala naman din sila nakita. Malinis daw ang kidney ko, okay naman daw po.
That's important yung kidney kasi yan nagpa-process ng mga chemo sa ating katawan. So once a kidney is being damaged because of the chemical, then it's gonna be hard to process all the things that needs to get out of your system. And we're glad to hear that.
Yan ng doktor, okay naman daw po kidney.
Ating mga listeners, medyo may naririnig ako na parang humming ba, Ed? I don't know. Roberto, do you mind? Sige nga, ibaba mo yan. Tingnan natin. Ayan, baka dyan sa, sa earpiece ba? Kasi parang may naririnig ako na humming. But anyway, it's already 9:30 in the evening, no? Para kay Roberto at saka kay Michelle, meron tayong special song galing sa ating special guest singing artist tonight dito sa ating programang On the Air with FACC. He is the lead vocalist singer of Kitama Band, known for their hit song, You Are the Reason. Alam mo ba yung kanta na to, Emerich? You are the reason. Alam mo yan? Alam siguro ni Roberto. But he is a composer, lyricist, soloist, classical, acoustic guitarist, and organist at St. Joseph the Worker Parish, Haro, Iloilo City, Philippines. He graduated Bachelor of Arts, major in Political Science at Central Philippine University, Iloilo City, and a graduate of Juris Doctor degree, University of Iloilo. Presently, he is working as paralegal officer at Alim Olid and Associates Law Offices, Sambag, Haro, Iloilo City. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Juji Cesar Alim. Juji Cesar Alim. He's a lawyer in Iloilo City and a very good friend of mine. Now, bagay yung kanta na yun kay Roberto Santillan. You are the reason. Diba? Ano? Nakamute ka yata. Teka, tingnan natin. Nakamute. Ay, sa'yo nga talaga.
Thank you for that one.
Aha. Roberto, ano yung pinaka mahirap na part ng cancer journey mo?
Ang pinakamahirap,
Yung pinaka-challenging? Sa kanya nga talaga yung audio na parang ano,
Yung feedback.
oo, nagpi-feedback, nag-humming siya.
yan ang challenging yung pagpa-process ng mga ano nung sa papunta ng hospital. Balik-balik yung mga laboratory test.
Mhm. Hindi namin marinig masyado. Ayan. Pwede ba natin kunin yung earpiece na yan? Pwede bang naka-speaker ka lang?
Yeah, sa phone siya kasi.
Nasa phone. I'm sorry. Ganyan talaga ang problema sa Pilipinas, yung internet connection. Wala tayong magagawa dyan. But anyhow, naiintindihan ka pa rin namin, Roberto.
Sabi niya, yung mga pabalik-balik,
Oo, yung pamasahe, yung
that's the challenging.
yung energy mo. How about yung gastos? Like for example, sa isang chemotherapy treatment, magkano ba?
Ang per cycles ko po is 36,000 pesos per cycle.
Mm-mm. May radiation treatment ka pa ba?
Po?
May radiation treatment ka rin?
Wala po.
Wala. Pero may mga gamot ka na ngayon na tinitake aside from chemotherapy.
Meron po yung bali before na tsaka po kami bumibili.
Mhm. Mhm.
Bali meron po kaming binibilang ng gamot, yung capecitabine. Yun po yung yung binibili namin after ko mag-chemo.
Mm. Pero alam mo, nakikita ko sa'yo, parang hindi malakas yung buhok mo, ano?
Po.
Ha?
Nagsilabas na yung mga puting buhok.
Mm-mm. Pero you know what? Parang hiyang ka yata sa chemotherapy, ah. So after ng 6 na treatments mo, tapos ka na sa chemo?
Oo.
Aha. Kailan to matatapos?
Siguro mga March.
March? That's good. Okay. Now, balikan natin si Michelle, no? Dito tayo kay Michelle. Go ahead, Rich. May tanong ka kay Michelle?
Yeah, Michelle, personally, we've met is that your son earlier?
Yeah, my son.
Yeah, so how many kids do you have, and what are they going to school now, and what do they do?
Yeah, I have 4 kids, and only my youngest is going to school kasi yung tatlo, yung 2 ate and yung kuya, may mga work na sila. So eto na lang bunso because he is deaf, so nagka-chance kami na for him to have his studies here in the US. So hopefully makakapag-shift siya to a student visa. So yun ang inaasikaso namin ngayon kasi we really dream of him going to this deaf university here in the US, sa Gallaudet ba or sa RIT?
Yeah, that's easy. That's one of the best.
Gallaudet University is very good school.
Yeah, so yun talaga yung pangarap namin nung maliit pa siya. So who would have ever thought na abot kamay na siya ngayon? So yun.
And the diversity and inclusion in DC, it's over the top. There's a lot of Asian population in Gallaudet, and there's a lot of companies here. That's Um, yeah, we even celebrate disability employment history or program. So,
and just to let you know, Michelle, two of my friends were graduated law school, top of their class. They're deaf as well, but they're like really. So just to let you know, your son, sky's the limit. And I know, Roberto, you mentioned about your son too. We want you to know that, your son will have a bright future too. So we just be proud of them. So.
Yeah, you gotta you keep encouraging them on doing whatever they can and give it all. So
thank you. And then Roberto, maybe we can be in touch para magbigyan kita ng tip on how we would work out admissions for Jerome here para si bunso mo in the future. Malay natin, di ba? Bless tayo.
Yeah, absolutely. And for our listeners and viewers, both of them can speak sign language, and we were just caught by surprise earlier to everybody, and we didn't realize. Look, thinking about connection amongst the two of you, you have it right away.
Yeah.
Michelle, so what are the other kids' work?
Ewan ko kasi nung binuntis ko siguro sila because I was working as a computer programmer. Mm-hmm. So sabi ko, pag college nila, iba na kunin nila, wag nang as computer programmer, wag nang mag-computer science. Pero kahit anong pilit at discourage gawin ko, lahat sila, puro computer programmer yung tatlo. And then this one, the youngest, Jerome, he also wants to go in the same field. So baka gumawa na lang kami ng internet cafe.
May sense of humor to si Michelle, ha?
Software for different things. That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Michelle, when we talked to Emily and your sister, she was like really missing some of the food in the Philippines. Especially, she said to me, Edward, when I go to the grocery, it's all frozen. I want fresh fish. Mm-hmm. So when she was sharing her, excitement, she said, I want to go back home to have this, food to taste it, because she really miss, the Filipino food, the vegetables.
Yung mga preskang gulay at saka mga prutas.
Yes. So ikaw, ano ang iyong nami-miss na pagkain dahil yan ka sa Arizona? Have you tried like different types of cactus jelly? That's really a good one. So you have to try that. And javelina is like the pork version. That's the wild hog in Arizona.
Nako, alam na alam ni Ed kasi doon yan lumaki sa Arizona.
Oo nga pero ewan ko, parang nandito lang ako physically, pero feeling ko nasa Pilipinas pa rin ako kasi ang niluluto ko, not sponsored, pero Ligo Sardines. Pupunta ako sa Asian supermarket, nagbumibili ako ng ang tawag sa amin nung isda sa Davao, sa Bisaya is matambaka. I don't know what its Tagalog name is, pero yun, hindi pa rin masyado ako nakapag-adjust sa kahit mahigit 1 taon na dito. So, but I really, on the side, I really appreciate FACC and all the benefactors for giving Emeline the hope na during her last days, hindi naman niya alam, di naman namin alam na iba pala ang uuwian niya. She wanted really to come home, and then dahil willing kayo na tulungan siya and tinulungan niyo siya, parang nabuhayan siya na makakauwi siya. So talagang we appreciate FACC and the benefactors for that. And then Roberto and sa mga kapatid natin na nagkikimo, the chemo really worked for Emeline. So don't lose heart na iba lang yung stage niya at iba lang yung kanya. So we wanted this. After all, this is still a story of healing. It's still a story of hope kahit na medyo iba yung naging ending.
Ikaw ba, Michelle, no? How do you want your sister to be remembered?
ay ang sinasabi ng mga tao and her na gusto niya maalala kung paano siya naging malakas, pero kung paano siya healthy dati at maganda with hair, hindi yung wala ng buhok dahil sa chemo. Pero ako personally, I would like to remember her when she was struggling with cancer, when she was fighting, because dun ko nakita yung faith niya, yung love niya sa pamilya niya, yung courage niya. So that's how I want to remember her. I don't want to forget what she went through. Cancer, surviving it in many different versions of survival is something different. It parang it bears the soul of the person. So I want to remember her with cancer. I don't want to forget that face.
Okay. Nung na-interview ko siya, sinabi niya na sa family history niyo daw yung cancer. Kasi meron daw kayong pinsan na parang katulad din ang kondisyon sa kanya. Ikaw ba may mga fears ka ngayon? May mga takot ka when it comes sa sakit na cancer?
Yes, totoo po. Totoo, Josie. Late lang namin nalaman na meron pala kaming pinsan sa mother side na kapareho niya ang cancer. So, I have fears even when she was diagnosed, kahit hindi pa namin alam na nasa lahi pala. I am afraid for the next generation more than para sa akin. And I just pray, and I hope na wag na lang sana skip na, sana tama na. Pero
ikaw ba proactive ka pagdating sa health mo?
Nag-iingat ako even before, pero yun ang sa tingin ko, wala naman kasing naging bisyo si Lenlen, and then nurse siya. So I feel na kahit sino pwedeng magkaroon ng cancer. Yes, we can do as much as we can do, pero baka kahit sino pwede. So I just pray na sana mag-skip na, lalo na sa mga anak ko, sa mga next generation, sa mga anak ni Lenlen. Sana tama na, or kung magkaroon, mabilis nang gumaling.
Okay.
Dalawang anak niya.
Ilang taon na sila?
Yung panganay, yung nurse, si Marilyn, she's 28. And then yung bunso, 11 years old pa. The other, last week nga, nag-chat sa akin yung bunso. Sabi niya, tita, napanaginipan ko si mama. Magkasama daw kayo. Tapos sinabihan ko na, makakala ko patay ka na. Sabi daw ni mama niya na, hindi, natutulog lang ako. So sabi ng bata na, tita, bakit kaya ganun ng sabi ni mama sa akin? So sabi niya na, ang message niya sa atin is nandyan lang siya. So anytime gusto mo siyang kausapin mo lang.
Ano yung mga last words ni Emeline sa'yo?
Alam mo, Josie, yun ang parang parang regret ko na hindi ako nagpakita sa kanya, hindi ako makapag, gusto kong alisin kasi sa isip niya na nalulungkot kami or love ko siya, yung mga ganyang mga emotional. Ayokong pumunta sa ganun kasi hindi kami ganun na regular people. Yung pinag-uusapan namin ang budget, ang mga ganyan. So parang yung even to the last moments, gusto ko business as usual para ma-feel niya na, may plano pa tayo, ganyan. So, yung last words niya sa akin nung hindi pa siya, kasi naging lethargic siya, and then
kasi nakausap namin siya before ng I think that was a day na na siya sa ICU. I will send you the video, no, or ang audio ng interview.
Actually, napanood ko sa Facebook.
Napanood mo, pero hindi mo napanood lahat kasi mga 8 minutes yun eh.
Sige, thank you. So yun lang yung last na matino pa na pag-usap. I mean, yung she was still on her right mind was yung kanyang savings, yung kay Joshua, pang college, yung mga ganyan. So, I was really very tempted to like tell her na, Len, yang I love you, anong feeling mo, ganyan. Pero hindi ko ma-afford na magganon kami kasi baka ma-feel niya na, oh, weird ka na, baka ano na ba, iba na bang pamupuntahan nito. So gusto ko parang the way that things were, ganun lang. Pero nung nawala na siya, when I was on her bedside na, yung paunti-unti nang wala na siya sa sarili, yun, doon ako nag-pour out. Pero sabi nila, last to go daw is the hearing. So, I feel that she was I have this very quick kwento. Madaldal ako masyado.
Okay lang.
Yung in pain siya, so sabi ko sa kanya ganyan na, Len, it's okay, pero hindi na siya gumigising. It's okay, Len, pero nagmo-moan siya. So I feel na talagang totoo na the hearing is the last to go kasi nung nagising siya, bigla siya tumingin sa akin tapos sabi niya, te, okay na ako, te. So naririnig nga pala niya talaga na gano'n.
Wow. Okay.
Yun yung last niya.
Yes. Balikan natin si Roberto. Roberto, ato last question ko na lang sa iyo. Ano yung ginagawa mo ngayon para maaliw ka naman, 'di ba? Pagkatapos ng chemotherapy mo minsan, talagang sabi nga nila bagsak daw yung katawan mo. Wala kang wala kang audio. Naka-mute ka ba? Okay, ayan na.
Nanonood lang po ako ng movies, gano'n.
Para ma-entertain ka.
Maano lang yung isip ko sa ibang bagay, hindi yung ate yung ano.
So Robert, last question from me, and maybe Evan has one more. But ano ang mga advice mo sa mga cancer patients na nanonood, mga cancer
Advice. Kasi ako maintain yung vitamins eh.
Anong vitamins pa yung tinitake mo?
Vitamins po na
Huwag kang mag-take ng mga herbal, Kasi yan sa Pilipinas, uso yan, di ba?
Nag-a-advise sa akin noon, pero hindi ko sinusunod. Ang sinusunod ko yung advice ng doktor.
Tama.
Sundin lang nila yung advice ng doktor. Ayun.
Okay. So, sa akin naman, last question sa akin.
Para kay Enrich daw.
I know Ed already asked you about your advice for everyone. So, in terms of food, kasi marami kang natutunan kung ano yung dapat mong kainin, to take care of yourself for your colon, you know? So, what's your advice for young adults out there who are in their 30s, 20s, even for the young ones in the 40s? Kasi yun ang mga age level mo.
Eat more vegetables. Hindi ako kumakain talaga ng gulay. Ngayon, ayun, nasabak ako ngayon sa gulay. Gulay, fruits, na fruits.
Yeah.
Oh, yan.
Very good.
Okay. Thank you so much, Roberto. Now, lastly na lang siguro sa kay Michelle, no? Kunan natin siya ng last messages.
So, ulitin ko po na in behalf of all beneficiaries, kami po ng pamilya ni Emeline, we really appreciate you. Even just you reaching out, talking to her, and then kinukumusta nyo kahit hindi naman tayo magkakamag-anak. And ang mga tulong na binibigay nyo, it's really appreciated. Maraming salamat po sa benefactors ng FACC, most especially sa FACC, and sa lahat ng mga may pinagdadaanan. I know I cannot imagine because I have not been there, but our prayers, my prayers are with you. And then gagaling po kayo, nag-work naman talaga. So, yun lang po.
Ang sarap kausapin ito ni Michelle. Gusto kitang tawagan. Tumawag na pala sa akin, ano? Nakausap mo na daw si Consul Angela Trinidad?
Yes.
Okay,
ma'am.
that's good.
Thank you.
Okay. Do we still have enough time para sa kay Emerich?
Of course, we will always have time for Emirates.
May 4 minutes ka pa, Emerich.
So this is for Michelle and for Roberto and for your family and your kids, okay? I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me that I call my home. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so can call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams, it's all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. Special things I compile, each one of it make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams, it's all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. That's it, we're running out of time.
Yes, thank you so much sa ating mga bisita kay Roberto Santillan and Michelle Banawan. And see you again next week dito pa rin sa PHLV Radio on the air with FACC. Ed?
Good night. I have a good weekend and hopefully have a beautiful weekend.
Good night, everyone. Thank you, Roberto. Thank you, Michelle.
Have a nice
Thank you, Johan.
New Year's Day.
The Filipino American Cancer Care has just brought you On the Air with FACC, tributes and support to those impacted by cancer. On the Air with FACC, the Filipino American Cancer Care on PHLV Radio.
Just like a friend from back home. This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio. PHLV Radio.